Kelly, have you ever sued anybody?
Not yet, but there is this guy who has been using my image in video games without my consent.
What?
I don't.
Somebody's using my created character, Kelly Tool, my intellectual property?
um, we'll have to. We'll visit offline, but I am not your intellectual property, Mike. So, um, but outside of the pending lawsuit that will I will own a doctor's office. I'll be able to call myself a doctor.
That's
It'll
how it
all
works.
gonna have a bunch of. I'm gonna have my own arcade. I will build that old timey photo booth at the same point. So it's all gonna be good when I destroy you. But until that date, I have not. So that's a long answer around. Haven't sued anybody. Thinking about suing you. That's where I'm at. How about you?
I've never sued anybody. So I a lot of times, and not because I make millions of dollars or anything, but when you do creative stuff, people will threaten to sue you because they hope you're just going to give them money to go away. That it would be cheaper to just pay them $1,000 or whatever they're asking for than to go to court over it. So we've had a bunch of people threaten that over the years, but I always call their bluff on it. I'm just like, all right, see you in court, because then you still have to pay all this money too, and they usually back down. So that's usually how that happens.
Yeah, lawyers are horrible people. Barnacles on the ship of life. But yeah, we've got a retro game adjacent, or not even just adjacent group that's run into some problems recently. Is that so?
Yeah, so limited run games, who are already kind of controversial name in retro gaming, they do really nice stuff. They do physical releases of current titles that are just digital, and then reissues of older games and things like that. Most recently, for the final leg of the Jaws 50th anniversary tour, the Jaws NES game, which we've reviewed in a Bog Panda review, is getting reissued on Switch and PlayStation and everything. And they did physical copies of it because it's only going to be digital for the main release, but they did physical, very expensive copies with a Jaws lamp and stuff that you get with it. It's kind of crazy. I don't have a PlayStation 5 or Switch though, so otherwise I'd buy a physical copy. So I'm going to stick to my physical original NES copy. It does supposedly have some extra content in there though, which is one of the things we talked about in our review. That really it's a good game, and what keeps it from being a great game is it's too short. There's just not a lot of depth there. So maybe the new stuff pushes it over and makes it a great game. So hopefully it'll be on Steam and I can pick it up that way. But they've also burned a lot of people, mostly with crazy pre-orders and high prices and all kinds of good stuff like that. So there is a class action lawsuit against them. I got the email. So I initially saw it on a Mad Little Pixel video, which I sent you. And then I was like, hey, I bought stuff from them. Wonder if I got this class action email. So I searched it, and sure enough, I did. Went to my spam folder, so I missed it, but I got one as well.
And is this they've had some issues on a couple things here recently, but this is the whole selling your data to Facebook or Meta. Is that
Yes.
um, so? How many millions of dollars are you in the line for with this class action?
I'm not even sure. I haven't really looked into it yet, so I guess I better jump on that. The last time I think I was included in something, the class action lawsuit, I want to say it was for Blockbuster Video. So it's been a while since I was involved in one of these. And I'm pretty sure what we won was like two free rentals or something like that. So nothing as far as the company paying anything out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little more recent vintage than that for me. Both Google. and Facebook or Meta had different things where they had come to reach a settlement with the class, and um, I think the Facebook check was about $39, and the Google check was 25, maybe.
How
So,
did that affect you, like as far as tax filing and all that kind of stuff?
um, since no one watches our show, I'm sure I'm perfectly fine. Um, but I did believe we did list it as other income, uh, because both my wife and I got the Facebook stuff. And I actually think the Google stuff too. And, and a lot of that stuff deals with, because the difference between settlements on, hey, you use my data without my permission kind of stuff, which is where you get some of the stuff, versus data breach, where the data breach stuff, at least my experience has been, congratulations, you get 1 year's worth of credit review. You can check in, see how your credit score is doing, and see if anybody else has hacked you, but you don't get any compensation for the exposure that they caused by their data breach. So this has to do a lot more with selling of your personal data. But the one thing that kind of confuses me a little bit on this is I'm just kind of thinking about, not that Mike and I would never sell your personal data, folks, just to let you know that. But if you kind of go through the chain of things, if you were watching our stuff, that means you might be interested in Alice Cooper or music or retro gaming. And if that information made its way to Facebook to say, oh, the ads that I'm going to already hit you with, you're going to be hit with an ad no matter what anyway. If that can better inform them on the types of interests you have, then I mean, I'm not sure that's the worst thing in the world that's happened to it. At the end of the day, you get to say yes or no anyway. So I don't get too worked up on it. It is a little irritating when I've done a couple Google searches looking to buy a gift or something like that. And then for the next 3 months, I'm haunted by this particular thing constantly showing up everywhere I go. And that's annoying. But if it's, if I'm interested in retro games, I don't mind seeing ads on retro game stuff. But this one does seem to be about data. Again, data being shared again. So, you said you could be looking at a pretty, 15 large dollars, So, it's all the factors of how big is the group, how much does the group, head of the group take as their finder's fee, all that good stuff. And then, of course, the barnacles on the ship of life will get their chunk as well. So, yeah, it's an interesting thing. So yeah, those have been. I mean, so I've been breached multiple times. That's different organizations have managed to kind of lose control of their data on occasion, and then I've had a couple of these class action things that got settled, and so have worked out okay.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look at this. I guess we'll update you guys on the millions that I assume I'll be making off of this. And just in case you're curious, what I bought that would have been included in this, it was the Game Boy Advance version of Night Trap.
Really? Huh. And not it would not have been my first guess. so, so So if Mike gets his millions, he's going to buy everybody dinner. You'll get a large pizza delivered to your home. You'll just need to share your information with us, and he'll be sending you a pizza once his millions come in. So that's our promise to you. Actually, maybe not, because he's going to lose that, because I'm going to come as soon as that big payday hits him. I'm coming in with uh, taking the slapdash empire down.
The Empire.
They have it returned to its rightful place, and so that I can officially retire slapdash. So we'll see how it goes. Cool. Hey, if you've been sued or want to be sued, leave us a message. And subscribe to the channel. We'd appreciate that. Share this video, give her a like, let folks know about us. It helps us. Any little bit helps in terms of awareness on that. We appreciate it. Drop us a comment if you've had experiences one way or another. If you're a lawyer, I don't need to hear that you don't like being called a barnacle on the ship of life, but you're a barnacle on the ship of life, so too bad. But we got that. We've got the world's shortest podcast, Hard No, published daily. Check that out. We also have, and this will be software that you will never have to worry about a class action lawsuit. Well, Mike has to worry about it, but the rest of you don't. We've got Game Boy games, the Slapdash Empire. We talked about many different versions of that out there. It's in the Slapaverse rather. There's also a NES game you can check out related to that. There's Doom levels, more stuff to come. Other platforms are about to be making their way on, so be sure and check that out as well. We also have merchandise, fine T-shirts, and go and take a look at those and proudly wear your Bog Panda merch while you watch the show. You'll be better for it. Anything else, sir?
No, I think that covers it, sir.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Bog Panda.